Yeah, OTB Spreads Prediction Show coming to you guys live. Takeover Tuesday, June 23rd, 2026. And man, this is the day last week where we cashed that correct score parlay for soccer, where we absolutely abused the books, cashing on MLB, cashing a home run, cashing correct score. It was a record day for 2026. I've only had maybe 1 or 2 days like that ever in the history of me in this game. It was just one where we went wild. So let's see what we got in store today. Yesterday was a very profitable day. We swept the books, cashing our top MLB play, cashing our top soccer play, cashing our play of the day. Also sprinkling in some parlays. Man, we cashed a plus 1,300 goal score. We cashed a plus like 290 parlay. A couple other clients combined some of the other plays that we had, like the locks and the straight bets. So cashing all around the board yesterday. We did a really good job. Only spot that I think we dropped one was we were on the Astros plus 110 yesterday, and they took a one-run loss. Outside of that, man, it was a pretty flawless slate. We did really well on the YouTube show. Day before, we had a losing record on our calls. Yesterday, we bounced back, guys. We had a 10-5 day yesterday. So, yeah, ran it up, guys. More wins than losses yesterday. Obviously, the day before on Sunday, we had like a 6-8 day where we were not as sharp on our show here. But look, that's not often. Like I said, we can't hit home runs. We can't bat 1,000 every day. But we are turning in the right direction right now. So, guys, if you want my premium plays, they'll be in the descriptions tab. Just click on the winnable link. All I ever ask you guys to do is to make sure to drop a like, make sure to subscribe. And what you're looking at is BlowOut Alert. That is also in the descriptions tab under the BlowOut Alert link. You can sign up for free today. We're going to dive in. We're going to review the slate. Today's MLB. Here's my top plays. Let's go. All right, man. Houston, Toronto. Bieber was supposed to play yesterday. That might have been part of the spot that we were on. We felt like the bats for the Astros could get after Shane Bieber. That doesn't change for me here. It's just a one-game delayed. Jason Alexander will not be the starting pitcher on the mound. That starting pitcher is going to be Lambert today, and I actually like what I've seen out of Lambert. So we're going to go back to the same well here. The edge in this game is about 50-50. I'm going to go to the underdog here at plus money at plus 118. Give me the Houston Astros on the money line. Let's move it in to Kansas City, Tampa Bay, where we got our boy Shane McClanahan, who's been playing phenomenal, lights out all year. So McClanahan, man, he over his last couple games has played pretty well. Gave up a couple earned runs there in that Miami and Angel series, but both those teams are well improved, hitting the ball much better. He's got really good strikeout stuff on the season. Overall, you can see where he's at. His ERA is sub-3. I have a hard time fading McClanahan in this spot. Avila has been nice over the last couple as well. He did have that 8-run outing against Houston, but once again, you know what I just said. The Houston bats can get after a pitcher that's having some control issues. I believe they can do that with Shane Bieber and his early return here to the MLB. I can't trust Avila. I know that the Kansas City Royals have absolutely been smoking the ball here recently. BlowOut Alert is giving us looks like a 9-point engine edge over towards the Tampa Bay Rays side. Better starting pitcher. They have the better record. They have home field advantage. Looks like Bobby Witt and Pasquantino may miss today's game. So, yeah, give me Shane McClanahan backed by these Tampa Bay Rays. I'll lay the juiced money line at minus 180. Give me the Tampa Bay Rays, and we'll keep it moving. All right, guys. New York Yankees, Detroit Tigers. Let's take a look at this one. Casey Mize. You've got Casey Mize here. He's been bouncing around, that 1 to 3 earned runs almost in every start. He's had a decent season so far this year. Carlos Rondon, he's had a good season as well. It's hard to say that there's a clear edge here on starting pitcher versus starting pitcher, but Casey Mize does pitch better at Comerica Park. He does have a lower ERA versus Rodon on the road here. I think there's an edge there. The record edge does go over to the Yankees. They do have a slight better record than the Tigers, or I should say a much better record than the Tigers. They lead them by 12 games. But Tigers, I think, are a home field team. It does play to their advantage. We just saw the Yankees kind of play some of their best ball this season, and then they kind of hit it in reverse a little bit the other day. I think they may be stuck in neutral here, guys. Give me the Tigers on the money line, and we'll keep it moving. All right, into the next one. Seattle taking on Pittsburgh. You got Mitch Keller on the mound. I'm not a big Mitch Keller believer at this point in the season. I know he's got a 3.86 ERA, but it's going in the wrong direction, guys. Let's go back to May 13th. Since May 13th, this doesn't sound like a sub-4 ERA. 6.4, 1.7, 6.54. Those are his earned runs. Giving up multiple hits every game. Pitching between 4 to 5 innings. I'm not going to be backing Mitch Keller here, when George Kirby over his last couple starts has been a little bit better than what he had been. You know, he's 3 earned runs, 4-4-3. Then he had that 6 earned run right there. But I mean, it hasn't been great ball for Kirby. You know, it hasn't been. We've been on the other side of Kirby, so I don't really like this pitching matchup. But I do believe that the Seattle team does have the better pitcher here. The Pittsburgh Pirates do have home field advantage. Keller does pitch a little bit better at home than he does on the road. But I'm going to have to go with the starting pitcher quality here with the Mariners. I do think the better bats are in this Seattle lineup. You know, and something we can take a quick look at is I'm curious to see how George Kirby, if it'll show you here, how he's played over here in this ballpark. So no, it's not showing me at the moment, but I was just curious to see how he's actually played in Pittsburgh. But yeah, man, give me the Seattle Mariners here on the money line. I think it's -122. So give me the Mariners here on the money line. I believe they can get it done. It's not a game that I'm absolutely in love with, but I do believe there's a slight edge to the Mariners, even though over here on Blowout Alert is giving a 10-point engine edge to the Pirates. And I'm not seeing that here, guys. I don't understand it. You know, it looks like engine edges here. I see 1-2 for Pittsburgh. But down here, I'm seeing a Seattle edge, a starting pitcher edge. Yeah, I'm seeing some edges to Seattle. I'm not sure where that's getting the 10 points from for Pittsburgh. But yeah, give me the Seattle Mariners over here on the money line at -122. Miami Marlins taking on the Texas Rangers. Man, this Texas Rangers team is a team that I have not loved to bet really this year. Every time I do, it feels like I lose. Every time I bet the Marlins, it feels like I win. They have one of my favorite pitchers to bet on this year, Alcantara. He has played really well over his last couple games, guys. Other than that Toronto series, he's pretty much only had 2 bad games, one to Toronto, one to Baltimore. Both of those teams were hot that week, crushing the ball. I'm not going to fade my boy Sandy here. Jacob deGrom, I don't believe he's getting the start. Let me just double check on that. I think it was Cal Quantrill, who's honestly not even that good of a pitcher. DeGrom does change things a little bit if they do roll out DeGrom, but I still have faith in the Miami Marlins back with Alcantara. So give me the Marlins here. I agree with the pitching engine here, or the engine edge here to the Marlins with Blowout Alert. I think that I'll lay the juice at -160 with the Marlins, or -150, wherever the line is right now. I'm seeing here on our side it's showing 163. I'm looking at my phone, it's showing 142. So wherever you can find the best juice line at for this one, I'm going to be on the Miami Marlins money line side of things. All right, let's keep it moving into the next one, y'all. Phillies, Washington Nationals. We made a little bag yesterday on the Nats. I told you guys first 5 money line. It was a great spot for them. Today it's the opposite. They're facing a righty in Zach Lido. We know that the Phillies can crush righties. They can't hit lefties. Yesterday it was a lefty pitcher. Now they've got Lido, who is struggling a little bit. His ERA is going up. It's not coming down. Jesus Luzardo working in the other direction. ERA started high, coming down now. This team has actually peppered Lido, and this starting order and Schwarber and Turner and Harper and Bohm, they've all found massive success against Lido in their careers. So I am all over the Phillies here today. I am not going to be anywhere near the Washington Nationals on this side of things. I know the bats didn't work, but the bats didn't work because they were against a lefty. Guys, Phillies cannot hit lefties. I will stress that. I cannot stress that enough. It doesn't even need to be an elite lefty pitcher. They can't hit lefties. They've got maybe 2 guys in the order, and that's not enough to drive in runs unless they hit home runs. So that's the basis of it, guys. Give me the Philadelphia Phillies today, who've got Luzardo on the mound, one of the best pitchers in their rotation, paired up with 4 to 5 hitters that can absolutely get it after Zach Lido today. So, yeah, I'm all over the Phillies here on the money line. Love this play at -173. Tempted to tell you guys to take the run line as well for the value. But, yeah, give me the Phillies on the money line. All right, we got the Chicago Cubs taking on the New York Mets here. Looks like Kodai Senga is going to go today, or Senga. Edward Cabrera. This was a play that we were on yesterday. It looks like the game got canceled or delayed. I'm going to just go right back to the well. If you watch yesterday's show, it's going to be the Cubs for me. I can't trust Senga. If it's Nolan McClanahan, that changes things a bit, and I think the Mets roll. But I believe they are going to roll out Senga. and Edward Cabrera is going to be the starting pitcher. I trust Cabrera and the bats of the Cubs a little bit more. Plus, it's a plus money play with the value. I really like that there. And if we go down here and just take a quick look at what we have, it's kind of a 50-50 even game here. Really not giving any edge or recommendation. In that case, I'm always on the value side of things for the most part. And that part would be to the Cubs. Now, like I said, if Nolan McClanahan plays, he's a really good pitcher for the Mets. I think that he could be the edge and the deciding factor to push it towards the Mets side. But for now, it does look like it is going to be Kodai Senga. All right, guys. Milwaukee Brewers, Reds. We were on the Reds yesterday. Brewers edged them out by 1 run. I think Brandon Sprout's the better pitcher. Lodolo hasn't impressed me. His earned runs are only going up, getting worse. His ERA is 7.2. When you do believe that the bats for the Reds are working after they ripped off, only 7 runs in 3 games, and then they turn around and rip off like 13 runs in 3 games, and you're like, oh man, they're turning the corner. They go right back to being the same non-offensive Reds team that can't hit the ball or put it over the fence. That's not something you run into with the Brewers. Look, the Brewers here, they've got the record edge. They got the better starter and quality pitcher. Great FIP, and then the run differential. They're outscoring Cincinnati Reds over the last 10 games. Cincinnati Reds, he's just not a good pitcher. The starting pitcher for the Reds is just not a good starting pitcher. And then the line movement, it is flagging the line movement a little bit on the Reds side of things. It's some sharp money moved on in. But look, I'm going to go with the Brewers here on the money line. I know, once again, this is not a sexy bet, but it's a pick 'em play. And I think if you're going to be on a pick 'em play, minus 109 to the Milwaukee Brewers with Brandon Sprout in the better hitting order, guys that can play small ball, give me the Brewers. Money line minus 110 feels like a great play, feels like a great spot. I wouldn't want to be on the other side with the Reds. I know that we called it on the show yesterday, but they didn't get it done yesterday. They got it done for us with Chase Burns on the mound. Yesterday on the show, they didn't get it done. All right, guys, Cleveland and White Sox here. This one, we got our boy Sean Burke on the mound with Parker Messick. Look, I'm not going to get cute here. I think that these are plays where you can get cute and you can get burned. I know the Chicago White Sox have been great offensively, but they haven't looked that sharp against lefties. They're in the bottom half of the order of the MLB when it comes to hitting lefties in the month of June. They've done really well against righties. Sean Burke here has played some really solid baseball, man, but at times he does lack, the ability to not walk batters with his control. As you can see, 5-5. 2-2-3, walking multiple batters and multiple starts. I don't think you want to do that with this Cleveland Guardians team. They also, very similar to a Brewers team, they will play some small ball. They will drive some runs in. They do have some power hitters in that order, even without Ramirez and Hoskins, Manzardo. So in this spot, guys, give me the Guardians here with Parker Messick on the mound. I think Parker Messick, as a lefty, can get to these bats of the White Sox that have been hot. I like the Cleveland Guardians here in this spot today on the money line. I'll take the minus 114. I'll keep it moving. Give me the Guardians on the money line. Moving into the Dodgers-Twins game, where the Dodgers are taking on the red-hot Twins, and the Dodgers are ice cold. You got Justin Robolski on the mound versus Joe Ryan. That's what it's looking like on our end. That's what the projection is showing, Joe Ryan. But when I woke up this morning and I looked, because I would go with the Twins here if it's Joe Ryan. Now, when I woke up and I looked at my app, it says Rojas, Kevin Rojas. It's not saying Joe Ryan. It's saying Rojas. And it's showing Rojas on FanDuel as well. Now, if Joe Ryan's not playing, give me the Dodgers. I think Robleski's the better pitcher. I think that these bats wake up, especially facing a righty. But Joe Ryan's a different breed of righty. So, look, give me the Dodgers here on the money line. This is a game that I don't love. Until I start seeing more out of the Dodgers, I really don't want to pay the Dodger markup fee. The Twins have looked good and their bats have been working. I would say just fade this, don't bet it. I've seen many of you guys jump in my my DMs on Instagram. Dodgers. Look, we were on the Orioles 2 days in a row. On the show, I told you guys Orioles 2 days in a row. Last night, I told you guys plus 1.5 with the Twins. The Twins cashed. So 3 days in a row, fading the Dodgers, 3 days in a row, wins. 3 days in a row, I've had people message me that watch my show or they just follow me. They're like, man, the Dodgers sold. I wasn't on the Dodgers. Watch the show. I wasn't on them. I don't believe in what they're doing right now. I don't think they look good. I think that their pitching is not the same as last year. It's not as sharp. Their bats aren't working the way it was last year. And look, it's a 162 game season. It's a long season. They're just cold right now. They're just not having a good month. They haven't really had a good last 4 weeks. They've had some highs and some lows, but I would say more lows than highs. So in this spot, don't love to play, but I lean the Dodgers if it's not Joe Ryan. If it's Joe Ryan combined with these hot bats for the Twins, I think I'd have to go with the Twins. So in this spot, though, if you want to pay the minus 164, be my guest. I'm not. I'm going to just keep it out of all of my plays and let the game go and see how it goes. See if my opinion was right. All right. All right, guys, let's move into this next one here where it is going to be Arizona versus the St. Louis Cardinals. And look, we were all over them Cardinals yesterday, man. Them Cardinals were looking good. Palante throwing that high stinky cheese. And, man, I don't want to back up or leave my Cardinals today. I'll be honest with you. You got Kevin Leahy on the mound taking on, I believe, Eduardo Rodriguez, right? That's who it is? Is that who it's going to be, Eduardo Rodriguez? And I said yesterday, man, oh, man, I'd be all over the Diamondbacks if it was Eduardo Rodriguez. But we got my boy Kyle Leahy. And the Cardinals have been hitting lefties really well. Leahy's been throwing multiple strikeouts over multiple starts. He's only given up 4 earned runs over his last 5 starts. Max, he's been able to keep those runs under 1 or 2. The Arizona Diamondbacks have not been hitting the ball well like they did in the month of May. I know Eduardo Rodriguez has really found some really solid games. But something I want to point out to you guys, it's not because Eduardo Rodriguez is commanding the mound. He's just avoided sharp contact. He's thrown 5Ks, 3Ks, 5, 3. This anomaly against San Francisco, who we know has a high strikeout rate, 6, 4. Colorado, another high strikeout team, 6, 4. Pittsburgh, they're a high strikeout team as well, 7. And then 4 with Milwaukee. Like, even against good teams, he doesn't throw great strikeout stuff. He gets under 5 strikeouts today, in my opinion. The Cardinals get to him. Give me the Cardinals here on the money line. I'm going to go right back to the same well as we did yesterday, minus 115. I don't know if this is a lock like we locked yesterday, just because it is Rodriguez and he's had this weird way of just getting a ton of fly balls and ground balls every fucking game, just like an abnormal amount. And I gotta agree though. Plus 15 engine points is a lot. Let's dive in and take a look at what some of those engine points are. Starting pitchers better at home. Kyle Leahy. Arizona. Starting pitcher Eduardo Rodriguez, he does pitch better back in Arizona. This team is not a good road team, period. The quality edge with a FIP definitely goes to Kyle Leahy. He's played really, really well. I always rule out, take away 3 to 4 engine points when it comes to seeing a key injury be a starting pitcher, because it doesn't matter if a starting pitcher is injured. If they're not going to be the starter that game, it doesn't impact the game. So whenever you see something like that, it really doesn't make a difference. It's like when Screwball was out with the injury for 6 weeks. He wasn't starting. It doesn't impact the game. It doesn't matter if he's hurt or not. He's not part of their bullpen. He's not part of the starting pitching rotation. It doesn't matter. All we need to know is who's the starter for today, what has their trends been like, and that's it. So when you see that, it's just pulling the injury report. It's just data being data telling us, hey, somebody's hurt. But it's really not relevant to this game. And in the home field to St. Louis, Busch Stadium, they play really well there. Dude, this is Cardinals all day. This got my name all over it. I don't know how much I want to roll on this one, guys, but I will be on this one. Give me the Cardinals here on the money line. All right. Boston, Colorado. Who do we got on the mound today? I'm not even sure. Sonny Gray. Oh, we got our boy Sonny Gray. There ain't no way Sammy Peralta got a 27 ERA. What the hell? That is just a glitch in the system. Sammy Peralta here is a rotational player, but showing us 27 ERA. I'm not sure how that would be possible. It's got to be a number adding up wrong inside of his ERA somewhere. But yeah, man, I like Sonny Gray. I told you guys I think that this team rallies around Sonny Gray. He does a really good job, and I don't see that being a difference today. I think Boston gets it done. I'm not going to be the one to take the Rockies here with Sonny Gray on the mound. I think that he's their ace in the rotation. Give me Sonny Gray. Give me the minus 164. I'll take Boston. Keep it moving. Baltimore Orioles, Los Angeles Angels. We're not going to overcomplicate things here. I know it's given 12 engine points over to the Angels. I'm not sure why they got Ryan Johnson, kind of a rotational guy on the mound, versus Shane Baz, who's been pretty good over his starts this season, especially since mid to late May. better bats, the hot bats. They just beat the Dodgers. They just put belt the ass on the Angels. Like, what makes you think that all of a sudden this, just because the Angels have home field advantage and, you know, the line movement a little bit as far as sharp money goes? No, I don't trust that. Give me the better starting pitcher. Give me the recent run differential, outscoring the Angels on what they're averaging over the last 10. And honestly, Mike Trout's not in the order. When Mike Trout's not in the order, this team doesn't score as well. So, yeah, give me the Orioles here on the money line, minus 150, and we'll keep it moving into the last two games of the night where we got the Atlanta Braves and the San Diego Padres. Look, we were all over the Padres yesterday. I said it was a great spot play from Michael King. He had been struggling, hadn't looked good. These pitchers are not the pitchers that are going to be going tonight. I do not believe it is Chris Sale. I'm going to go double check this for you guys right now, just because I don't want to make a call if it is Chris Sale. No, it's going to be Richie for Atlanta, and I believe Griffin Canning for the Padres. With that said, I think the better team here, better bullpen, is the Padres. They're at Petco. This team plays better at Petco. It is a pitcher-friendly ballpark, so even if a guy like Griffin Canning's on the mound who does give up some sharp contact, I think he can get away with it in a pitcher-friendly ballpark. Once again, this team plays better at home. They showed us last night that they can grind out really lazy games. It was an 0-1 win with the Padres. I think we see another lower scoring game. I would lean the under 7.5, but honestly, give me the Padres here on the money line in a pick'em game at minus 110. You got the Braves leading the bottom half in every statistical category over the last 30 days. They do not look good. They do not look like that 48 win team that we saw early in the season. Give me the Padres here, making a little bit of a push. I think they have a nice little week here, and they get their win record out to 43, 44 wins by the end of this week. So, yeah, give me the Padres here to make a little noise before the weekend. All right, guys. Last game of the night, Oakland A's taking on the San Francisco Giants. This is one I bounce back and forth on because Aaron Savale hasn't looked that great in some of his starts here recently. 6 earned runs, 7 earned runs, 5, 2, 0, 1, 0, 3, 5, 0. All of these ones right here, April through May, have looked pretty good. Then on May 20th, he just kind of imploded, and he's not looked good in any starts since. Robbie Ray, on the other hand, has looked pretty good over a couple of his starts. Throws a lot of strikeout stuff. We know that that's typical Robbie Ray. But he does give up some earned runs at times. 5 to Washington, 4 to the White Sox, 9 to Arizona. You know what I mean? Outside of that, he's had some pretty good starts. He has decent strikeout stuff. But I can't trust the bats with the San Francisco Giants. I really struggle to trust the bats with the San Francisco Giants here. That is one of the things I will say. You know, the starting pitcher in Robbie Ray does play better at home than he does on the road. There is a run differential over the last couple games for the Giants, which is surprising because their bats haven't been working. And the A's have been in that long homestand in that Little League stadium. But overall, the line movement does signal, you know, San Francisco Giants. The apps, you know, signal San Francisco Giants. I may be on the wrong side here, and I can live with that if I'm on the wrong side. But end of the day, I think I trust the bats more to get to the San Francisco Giants and Robbie Ray here and the Oakland A's. I know that they were on that long homestand, and this could be a bad read on my part. But hey, this is a gambling podcast. I'm a gambling man. I'm going to trust Savali to have a bounce back game here. I trust the bats of the A's way more than I trust the bats for the Giants. This spot here is going to be A's for me, especially on the value at plus money. Give me the A's plus money here. I don't want to lay minus 150 with the Giants. I just can't trust it. I know that the better pitcher is Robbie Ray versus Savali, but I believe that the bats are still better than the Giants by leaps and bounds. And I know there is an edge for the home field advantage. But look, minus 150, that's too much juice for the Giants. I don't want it. I paid the juice just a couple days ago in a great spot play just like this for the Giants, and they lost because they couldn't score the ball. End of the day, you got to drive runs in. So look, give me the A's. I'll take the value, plus 118. Bet less, pay more, get money. Let's go. Book the one way. All right, guys. That's the show, man. And hey, just to review real quick, rapid fire. We're going to go Houston Astros money line. We're going to go Tampa Bay Rays money line. We're going to go Detroit Tigers money line. We're going to go Seattle Mariners money line. Miami Marlins money line. Philadelphia Phillies money line. Chicago Cubs money line. Milwaukee Brewers money line. Cleveland Guardians money line. We're going to go Los Angeles Dodgers on the money line. We're going to go with the St. Louis Cardinals on the money line. Boston Red Sox and Sonny Gray on the money line. Baltimore Orioles and Shane Baz on the money line. San Diego Padres with Griffin Canning on the mound, money line. and then Savale and the Oakland A's plus money 118 on the money line to wrap up the show, guys. Highly recommend you guys sign up for Onyx Odds. Spend 10, get 200 in bonus bets. Use code word on the ball. The link is in the descriptions tab. And that's it, guys. That's the show. If you want my premium plays, they are in the descriptions tab under the winnable link. Use code word takeover. Save today. We did have a massive Tuesday last week. Soccer has started. Let's see how that goes. Let me go upstairs, sit in front of the TV now, and enjoy this World Cup, man. I am signing off. My MLB plays will be posted on the winnable site and in my telegrams probably between 3 and 4 today. Let's go have a day, man. Let's go have a day. I'm feeling great about this slate. I'm feeling great about this week. We got Wimbledon tomorrow. Your boy's making his return. I took a 2-year hiatus off of Wimbledon, and I'm making my return, guys. So let's get it. All right, man. Yeah, that's the show. See you next time. Book the one way.